In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the admin modules of the finance category, which can be found at finance and admin. As you can see here, there are 4 admin modules, which are maintain opening balance, bank detail, stock recalculate costing, and maintain payment method. So we'll first begin with maintain opening balance. In this module, you will be able to see your account types and account groups in the system along with their details, such as the account code, name, special type name, opening balance debit, and opening balance credit. If you would like to change the amount of the opening balance debit and opening balance credit, you can double click on the selected field. After that, you can do your changes. And after you're done, you can scroll all the way down here and click on Save Changes. Okay, and after you do so, your changes will be made. Keep in mind that you should only edit your opening balance debit and opening balance credit amounts in this module if you have less than 2 branches. If you have more than that, you should do that in the journal entry module instead. Now moving on, if you would like to group the list by certain column headers, you can drag the column headers up here. And if you would like to ungroup them, you can do the opposite and drag them back down. Other than that, if you would like to sort the entries by ascending or descending order based on column values, you can also click on the respective column header like so. That's it for the maintain opening balance module. Now we'll move on to the bank detail module. In this module, you can see a list of your previous bank entries, and if you would like to add a new bank entry, you can click on Add New Item. Once you do so, you'll be brought to the bank account add page where you can fill in the information of your bank entry. Keep in mind that the fields marked with asterisk are mandatory fields, which means you must fill them in before you click on Save. So let's say I want to create an entry of my account at Public Bank. I'll fill in its bank name, Public Bank, and I'll type in my account number. I'll also fill in the contact person, so let's say Ahmad. And after I filled in every mandatory field, I'll click on Save. If the entry was successfully saved, the system will display a success prompt, and once you see this prompt, you can safely click on Exit. Now, to find your entry in this list, you can either use the search bar down here or the search bar up here. The difference being that the search bar down here is more generic and can only search for keywords in the list, while the search bar up here is more specific and can search for values within certain columns. So I'll be using the search bar down here to search for my bank entry. So let's say Public Bank. And as you can see, the system will return to me my entry. Other than using the search bar, you can also filter the entries based on column values by clicking on the funnel icon of your selected column header. So once I click this funnel icon, and let's say I select these 3 and click on OK, the system will filter out the entries based on my selection. You can also sort the entries by ascending or descending order based on column values by clicking on the respective column headers, like so. Moving on, if you would like to edit the information of a particular bank entry, you can find it in the list and click on Edit. After you do so, you'll be brought to the bank account edit page where you can make your changes. So after you're done, you can click on Save and your changes will be made. If you have an inactive account that you would like to delete, you can also click on Delete over here. So once you click on Delete, the entry will disappear from the list. Now, let's say the deletion just now was accidental and I would like to recover my entry. Well, you can go to the search bar up here and change the status from active to inactive. After that, you can click on Search. And as you can see, the entry I deleted just now will be here. To restore it, all I have to do is just click on Edit and change its status from inactive back to active. After that, I can click on Save. And my entry will be in the list once more. That's all for the bank detail module. Now we'll move on to the stock recalculate costing module. In this module, you will be able to recalculate the average cost prices for stock items that you think have inaccurate cost prices. So all you have to do to start recalculating the cost is just select the start from date. So let's say I select the start of 2023. And you can select a particular item if you want to, but in my case, I'll recalculate the cost for all my stock. And after you're done filling in everything else, you can click on Start Calculate. If the recalculation was successful, the system will display a success prompt. So that's it for the stock recalculate costing module. Now we'll move on to the final module, which is maintain payment method. Once you're in this module, you can see a list of payment methods that are defaulted by the system along with their details, such as payment type, charge percent, status, and e-invoice payment type. To search for a payment type in this list, you can utilize the search bar up here. So let's say I search for cash. The system will return to me the cash entry. If you would like to edit the information of a payment type, you can find it in the list and click on Edit. Here you can change the charge percent and the e-invoice payment type of this payment type entry. Keep in mind that the amount you fill in for charge percent will affect the outcome of your payment report, which can be found down here at Total Card Charge. The payment report module can be found at Report, Payment Report, and the first selection. Now going back to payment type master, once you're done updating the information of this payment type, you can click on update and your changes will be made. Finally, if you would like to filter the entries based on column values, you can also utilize the funnel icon over here. So let's say I select these three and click on OK. The system will filter out the entries based on my selection. You can also sort the entries by ascending or descending order based on column values by clicking on the respective column header, like so. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.